What's going on, world? The the table I'm on is actually really wet from all the rain and stuff, and I'm sitting on a wet chair, but it's not so much dirty, if we're being honest here. So we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see what ends up happening here. Look, can you see what's behind me? I guess you could. That might be a giveaway. Nonetheless, I'm here, man. I'm just chilling. Found a new spot, possibly. No microphone set up, so I don't know. Should I? Maybe I should have put the headphones in. I should have did a horizontal live. Maybe I should have did that. Should just ran a horizontal one. Um, if that's better. I'm so used to talking. Only time I speak like high or like speak with a whole bunch of volume was just to what do you call this? I don't know what the word is here. Like do the truancy hour stuff, you know. But right now I just been chilling here. I've been rocking the same hat past couple of days, and I'm really happy to buy this joint, baby blue, with the gray. That baby blue with the gray, man. That shit right there is something special, something different. So I actually don't know how well the audio is gonna pick up on all this, but I don't know. I don't care. Last time my mic broke or it didn't work, somebody was telling me I sounded quieter, and I was like, yeah, man, that's what's gonna happen when I have a no mic. But I didn't plan on this today, man. I seen it. I should have just took a moment to myself, really. But we'll see, man. I might just do like a quick 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Just go about my day. Found a new little spot. There's a spot I wanted to try out, and I've always walked past it. I was able to get there today, so. And they have really good coffee options, but hold on. You probably catch a glimpse on that. But I was like, I don't know if I want to do no like extra milk right now. So I just looked to my Americano. And I didn't need it today either. I didn't need it, but it's just one of those things, man. It's one of those things. Let me check something. Yeah. Gotta double check what's going on, man. What's going on? Zally and Daniel. Zally Toledo and Daniel, what's going on? Appreciate you dropping in. Let me know if you can hear me. I don't have a microphone, but let me know if you can hear me at least. If you can hear me, that's good. But yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm just chilling right now. Imelda, what's going on, Imelda? Appreciate you dropping in. Just hanging out right here. You know, found a little new spot. You can hear me? Am I too low? Is it too low? Am I loud enough? Let me know if I'm loud enough because I don't want to be too loud. I think there's some people sleeping nearby, or they're just indoors. They're probably just indoors or something. So yeah. What's going on, Tate? Am I reading that right? Yeah, Tate and Imelda. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to be too loud right here. It's kind of a residential area. There's been times where like I'll just be sitting there having a blast, talking and chopping it up, and then all of a sudden I end up being too loud, man. What's this, bruh? Oh, look at this! Look at this clown right here. He said, "Go in your country. Go in your country." I was born and raised here, actually. And the other thing about it too is, you know, you consider the jobs that I've done growing up my whole life, even the people I've met. I put a lot into this country. You know what I'm saying? Not as much as my ancestors or people who were here before me and shit. Or you know, but you know, if you're not Native American, I don't know why you would say that. You know, I don't know why you would say that. You will promote the channel if I make you mod. I'm okay, man. I appreciate that. You know, I usually make mods. People either I personally know or they've been locked in on the channel stuff for a while. They've been locked in with me, checking in with me for a while. You know, and it's already bad enough that I give them certain what's it called? Certain what do you call this? Uh, what's the word? Certain privileges to certain people. You know, it's kind of tough for them to deal with, trolls here and there. It's hard to gauge people because people just troll every now and again, and they're just, having a little bit of whatever. Just kidding. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. But all right. Yeah, no swarmy. What does that mean? No swarmy. I don't know if I know what that means. Like NYC or LA. I'm in neither, man. I live in Seattle. I'm new. What is the theme or this live? Wait, sorry, hold on. Oh, theme of this live. I see what you're saying. I don't know, man. A lot of times I'll just sit around if I feel the need to get out the house and I just want to conversate a bit. No swing. Okay. Conversate a bit or just chop it up with some people. Sometimes there's topics here and there. A lot of the more pre-recorded stuff is more topic related, but this stuff is more so just like just speaking. Whoever shows up, whoever hangs out or wants to hang out, I just leave it open ended. I did one last night where it was like after work and I just hung out for a little bit. Moderators probably, I mean not moderators, but sometimes people just need someone to chat it up with, and I just be around for that. And I'm the same way. Sometimes I'm just like bored. If I make a few phone calls, some people still at work, some people at appointments or whatever, I just call and check on them. Sometimes some people aren't available. Sometimes some people just out here doom scrolling and they find my channel, so I leave it open ended. If that makes sense. So I kind of freestyle here and there. Just keep everything open ended. If that makes sense. My bad. So I don't know if I missed that. What am I missing? No saying bad word. Oh, no saying bad words. Oh. I mean, I'm gonna say bad words from time to time, Imelda. Just so you know, every now and again. I'll slip up. I live in Germany. I want to ask you, are you okay? Because you live in the U.S. So where we're at, we don't have a what do you call this? We don't have snow over here, man. There's no what do you call it? Like snowstorm. There's no snowstorm. There's no what do you call this? There's no snowstorm. It's cold though. It's been getting cold, but we've been having sunny days. So like the afternoons for like 2 weeks straight. Like lately it's been raining. You can see it's kind of been raining a little bit, but there's 2 weeks straight where it was just like sunny. But I know people in New York City right now I heard some people are snowed in and they're stuck in the house, but I don't know how entirely that's true, because there's certain places, like there's certain areas of New York where they're able to move around a little bit. So, and then the Midwest, like if you know about Midwest America, they're snowed in right now. I have a friend in Iowa and she's just stuck in the house. I think her and her family, they're just stuck in there. Jason across. I'll be honest with you, Paul. Like, since you were disrespectful, even though you said you were playing around in the beginning, I'm slightly ignoring you. So I'm just like, hey, man, I'm gonna let you have fun in there. You are though. Can you say hi? I mean, like I said, I've been talking to the chat the whole time. I've been talking to the chat the whole time. But if you're hanging out, man, just hang out. We'll gauge you based off of that. We'll gauge you based off of that. Okay, good. And what about the politic? Is it okay? Well, I don't know, man. It's tricky because in terms of politics, you have some people that I'll give an example. There's a lot of people who, like, let's say they voted for Trump or something, and then they regret their decision, but their actions say differently. Like, they regret the decision they made based off of how things are playing out right now, but at the same time, some of them are like not doing the right thing and taking care of people in the process of it. They're kind of they're dilly-dallying through life. They just made an emotional decision, and now that people's lives are being affected, they're not doing anything to protect the people's lives who are affected and stuff like that. On the other hand, you have people that are a little too consumed with whatever choice they made in terms of voting. I didn't even vote when it came around the corner. I didn't even vote. I didn't make a decision. I didn't like any of the candidates. I was like, whatever ends up happening with this country, I'm gonna keep making the decisions that are best for me and my family. And it's really interesting, man. My bad. Sorry for what you were saying, because that was your brother. I mean, and again, it's like, here's my thing, right? We had someone who was in the chat a long time ago who tried to say something, and then they tried to say someone else hacked their phone, and I was like, just take responsibility for your actions. You know what I mean? That's literally what we're talking about. Take responsibility for your actions. The same way you have certain people that make votes, and it's just like, if you have disagreements here and there, that's one thing, but yeah, you gotta right your wrongs all the time. If you casted a vote and you don't like the way things played out, you could always right your wrongs, for better, for worse, whatever. Um, there's people who, like I said, they voted for this administration the way it looks now. This is what they wanted, and then when you see them trying to intimidate kids or going inside churches and stuff, they don't stand for that. But it's like, okay, you don't like it, but what are you gonna do about it? What choice are you gonna make? And people don't really make the right, decisions in terms of that. I understand. I hope everything will turn out better. It's not so bad though. I mean, it's messed up because a lot of people are just randomly getting arrested and deported, so it's unfair. There's people who are like actual citizens, like actual. There were like generations of people that were born and raised here, and they're getting attacked. I mean, that's normal. That's the under that's the what do you call this? That's the most American thing though, is you know being profiled and being discriminated against because of the way you look, your last name, like no due process, all that stuff. Like that's normal American shit, unfortunately. It's been like that for a long time for everyone. Um, yeah, yeah. Take you said take responsibility. You're stupid. That's funny. Um, I mean, yeah, it's just everything, man. It's just people that aren't. Yeah, that's just what it is in this country right now. It's just, and it's gotten to a point like everything. I was talking to a friend about this, man. I would be deported if Trump was here because I'm French and African too. Oh yeah, see that's what I'm saying. It's like they'll find any excuse, man. They'll find any excuse. You know what I mean? If you're like obviously like if you're looking African, right, and then you have trouble speaking English, that's enough reason for someone to put their hands on you. And then you seen what happened. You start resisting. They'll shoot you. And it's just little shit like that. And I'm like, who gave these people this much power? But it's almost like they're forcing the citizens to fight back so we can what's it called, have like some form of civil war, or like a reason to keep the people on lockdown, martial law and stuff like that, which is sad. Your aunt got deported because you guys are Hispanic. That's some, it's just like yeah, people with certain Spanish last name, like everyone's getting targeted, man. It's not even just, it's all Latin people, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Hey, but also Paul, you're making the chat about you, and no one even cares about. I don't think anyone cares about what's going on with you, Paul. To be honest with you, you're apologizing and you made it about you in the beginning by trying to be funny, and then now you're apologizing to make it about you, and it's like it was never that serious. But you don't got to make the chat about you, bro. Just hang out, bro. Just hang out. These people are in the chat speaking about serious things in their life. Um, let's just talk about that, man. If you want to hang out, that's it. That's it. That's all it's got to be, man. But yeah, it's an interesting time. You know, every privilege and whatnot that you get, you got to take advantage of it right now. And I'm trying to use that advantage to the best of my ability to kind of what do you call this? Just get out the country. Actually trying to get out the country and just get a little bit of peace for myself for once. I think, for family members who want to be here, I'm not mad at their decision. I think in my heart, I want to be here too, but at the same time, I've never seen a generation of peacefulness within my family. It's always been some form of, disoriented whatever, you know. And I was like, man, let me just see if we can finally have a peaceful side, like a peaceful branch of it. I've seen some branches of the family, but within our own, we haven't really had it in our personal branch of the family tree. So I need to make that happen. And the best way to do it is, in my mind, you kind of just go to another country. Um, my bad. What did I miss? What do I do for a living? So right now, I'm actually, well, I guess I won't say specifically where I work, but I pretty much work in a warehouse right now. So I work in a warehouse, um, obviously in Seattle. So I live in Seattle, I work in a warehouse, but I'm under my dad's roof still. Um, and it's funny, I was planning to move out like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And then certain things happened, and I was like, you know what, man, um, let me delay that for a little bit. And here I am now with like, just figuring out things slowly, you know what I'm saying? like figuring things out slowly, you know. So it's a thing where I'm slowly getting, um, you know, the mental and the spirit back in order, and getting the funds back in order too, because you know I had spent a lot of money burying. I spent a lot of money burying my mom, and then taking care of myself, mental health wise. Just all this other financial stuff that got in the way, and I was like, I could have been sharp enough to do it, to just kind of power through life, but at the same time, for me, it was more so like, honestly, if I don't take care of it now, it's gonna be worse in the future. So I just kind of took care of myself and a couple people around me in the moment. Um, but now I have to like really be there for myself. Like I'm at a point now where I'm like, yeah, I probably should just. The direction I'm going is a little different from everyone. I want to just kind of be a little way. Which country would you like to live to, and what ethnicity are you, if I may ask? I'm Filipino, but I don't know, man. There's a couple places I like to go. Like it'd be nice to live in Brazil. It'd be nice to live in Italy. It'd be nice to live in Japan. I'm leaning more towards Japan, obviously, because it's like there's a balance of, what do you call this? Uh, I don't know what the word is, where it's like a balance of healthy mental health and living or whatever. Like there's a decent balance. And the other thing was, somebody had asked me, because they were like, what do you, you know, when you, I was telling them about my experience living here, growing up here. I was like, I mean, there's times where I've just been profiled and discriminated against. And they were like, you think you're not going to get profiled and discriminated in Japan? I was like, I'm not saying I won't get profiled or discriminated in Japan. What I'm saying is, even if I do, it won't come with a gun, or won't come with violence. You know what I'm saying? It won't come with none of those things. And that's all I need. You know what I mean? I just need a sense of peace in that. So it sounds a little strange. It sounds a little off, because it's like, on one hand, my original plan was to go to Texas. It was like, go to Texas, Florida, go to some place that like is obviously warmer. I want to live somewhere warmer, but also because, you know, the certain fighting laws and gun laws down there like are in my favor. So like if I ever need to defend myself, because the problem is I'm with all the shits. That's my problem. Is like I'm with all the shits, but I realized like I probably, as much as I'm with all that, it's probably not the best thing for me to be around that, like right now and just in general, you know. So that's just kind of where I mentally made that decision. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to just, you know, make the best decisions. Not necessarily the most like or I don't know. I weighed out my options, and I was like, this is probably the best decision in the long run, in terms of positivity or whatever. If you move to Japan, be careful of work life. Yeah, oh, that's what it is, the work life balance. So yeah, the work life balance there, and it's interesting because I'm not trying to go to like the city, like, you know, the city where it's like a higher cost of living, and then the work life balance is you know what I'm saying, it's imbalance basically. I don't want to do that. Right now you're in Texas. What part of Texas? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to dox yourself, but that'd be nice. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'd love to move to Texas, man. I'd love to stock up on all my guns. If somebody fucks with me, I just lay them out. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not about guns, you fight somebody, you defend yourself, stand your ground, all that shit. Like the laws are more in your favor for conflict. You know what I'm saying? I love Texas, man. I've been there 3 times, excuse me. I've been there 3 times. I went to El Paso one time. I went to Austin twice. And it's like I still need to see Dallas and Houston, you know, at least once, right? But it's dope down there. I love Texas. It'd be a place that I'd love to move to. But again, I was like, let me build something positive for once. You know what I mean? What we got? My bad. Italy sounds good, but the economy is not the best. I heard about that. I heard the economy is not the best. I think also we're measuring from like an American standpoint, because a lot of Italian families and a lot of Italian households, to my understanding, they'll live together, and they'll work part-time. So it'll be like 4 or 5 people under the same roof working part-time, and then it balances out with the cost of living. But also they value spending time together more though than trying to make money and get over in life. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna hustle up. You know, over here it's like hustle culture, where like, you know, I've been there too, where I've like worked so much overtime, stacked up, invested, made thousands here and there. You know what I'm saying? But over there, like, they're okay just living with where they're at. It's not that they don't care about progressing in life, but they're more about being together. So it's a good balance over there, actually, to my understanding. But yeah, San Antonio. See, that's the thing, is like, if I moved to Texas, I would have lived in San Antonio, and I would have found some work in Austin, because, you know, the money's in Austin, but San Antonio is cheaper to live. That was my thought process. You know what I'm saying? What's that? The 726, man. 726. The Spurs, man. I bought a Spurs hat when I was down there, and then I went and bought my dad a Ginobili jersey. I forgot the name of what's the Lady Bird Lake Mall, the East Lake or the West Lake Mall or whatever. Um, in Austin, I went over there, found a store. I got my dad a Mono Ginobili jersey, all that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's going on, Adrian? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, just chilling right here. I grabbed a coffee. Um, Found a new little spot to hang out. You know, I should have brought my microphone. Something told me bring the microphone, and I was like, nah, we're just gonna go buy. I just needed to buy soap and shampoo, real quick, and that was it. Victor Wemby signed. Oh, he signed your jersey. Bruh. You know what's funny? I wasn't sure how good Wemby was gonna be, and I saw his jersey, and I was like, should I buy this for my dad? I don't know yet. I don't know if I ever got him one. But yeah, what coffee did I get? Man, hold on. I just got an Americano. I got this Americano. So at this cafe, maybe I'll take you if you're free. It's not too far, but it's a small one. But they have horchata latte. So they have this horchata latte, and I was like, I don't know if I want to deal with that much milk right now. I just want something plain. So I got that 12 ounce, like normal. You know, my normal go-to 12 ounce, no cream, no sugar. I always drink it black. It's just the way I drink my coffee. I have the typical questions, but just curious. Can anyone have a gun in the U.S.? I don't want to exaggerate, but damn near anyone. There's a certain, there's an age. I think it's like 18 or 21. I believe it's 21. It's like when you can legally have one. No, it might be 18. It might be 18. But, you know, it varies from state to state, the specifics. And it's funny because they, you know, obviously they got a little more strict. There's a lot more stuff you have to go through, excuse me. Like when I bought my first gun, I remember I went to the store and I was like, the specific store I went to, they give you different guns. Like they give you different 9mm caliber guns. And you could try out different ones. So it was like Heckler and Koch, Sig Sauer, which is Italian. Heckler and Koch, I believe I don't know if it's German or American, but then all these different ones, they had different revolvers. You just put in different bullets and you can try them out at the range. So I'm trying out different ones. The HK jammed on me. That's probably because everyone uses the HK, but the Sig Sauer was smooth the whole time. So I was like, hey, how do I apply to get this? They said, fill out some paperwork, boop, 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 fill out some paperwork, and then we'll let you know within a week or so. So then they called me, they left me a voicemail like, hey, your gun that you bought is ready for pickup. We can do the payments now finally because you're approved. So it was like a week or 2 weeks, and I just came by, picked up my gun with a little fucking case, bought my bullets, and that was it. Because now that I have the gun, all I gotta do is just keep buying the bullets. And the crazy thing about Seattle is, in Seattle, there's a tax per bullet. So people, they go outside of Seattle to the surrounding cities, and they buy bullets in different areas. So that's what we would do. We'd go to Federal Way, Tacoma, and just buy like 500 rounds at a time. And the most time we're just using it at the range. Like we're not trying to use it on people. We're just testing out our aim. You know, some people go to the range to release aggression, things like that. You know, you got crazy people. The thing is, there's so many guns around that a kid can just find it. A kid could just find one in a house or whatever. It's just kind of crazy to think about. It's a fair question if you're not from the U.S. It's an interesting one. Something about smaller cafe joints that hits different. Yeah, it's really intimate. The ladies in there, they're pretty. It's the first time I went there, so it seemed like they were standoffish with me, but they seem pretty sweet. They seem pretty nice. America is cooked right now. Hey, America been cooking for a while, right? America's been tripping, and it's like, you know, where Jason's at, he says he's in Texas. That's the heart of America right there, low key. You know, Texas is the heart of America just as much as like Missouri. You know, St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, shit like that is like the heart of America. You know, Midwest and all that shit. Like Midwest and down south is like Texas is as American as it gets. When I was in Texas, bro, I was in Austin and I went to the mothership and I went to go watch some comedy, right? There was a dude who flew in from Belgium, and because they take your phones away, I was forced to talk to all the people around me. So me and him were talking, and then the Belgian dude was like, yeah, it's my first time in America. I was like, oh, when did you get to America? He said, just right now. I just got off the plane. I just came here right now. I was like, that's fucking crazy. And he said, yeah, man, I want to get an American flag tattoo with an eagle. I want to go all the way. I was like, you crazy, but all right. He said, no, I'm serious. Like, I love it here so far. I love the food. And I got the appointment set up already. Once I leave the show here, I'm going straight to the to the thing. That shit's funny as hell. I was like, this dude right here. But I was like, and I was trying to ask him, I was like, bro, why you don't, what about Belgium? He said, yeah, we got chocolates and shit. But he started explaining Belgium. He was saying, he said Belgium is kind of like, the way he described it sounded like Seattle. He was like, yeah, it's gray all the time. Most of the year, it's a lot of overcast. And I don't know, man, I'm tired of that shit. I want to move to Texas. I want to be American. And I was like, I feel it. But he was serious about that, man. He was real serious. They used to sell most basic guns in stores. You remember that? They don't anymore. I don't even think for BB guns. Yeah, it's. I think even for BB guns now, they're trying to be a little more strict. Like, make sure a parent is with you to while you're buying this, and then the parent is making the purchase. Um, and then remember, bro, they used to sell that shit at like just Walmart. You just be up in Walmart. Uh, Big Five used to just sell guns. Fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all them spots used to just sell that shit. That shit crazy. You gotta go, but W stream. I'll tune in next time. Yeah, I'll be around, man. Like, every now and again I'll do some shit like that, some shit like this, and it's kind of funny. BB gun. Yeah, Walmart had hella shit for some reason. BB guns is like, how do I explain it? How do we explain BB, Adri? Is it like, so sometimes it's like the plastic pellets or the metal pellets. Like BBs are like the plastic pellets or the metal. It depends. So there's like plastic BBs and metal BBs. So the metal ones, you know, you shoot it at people. It's not a real bullet, but because they're really small pellets, like these orbs, it's like circular orbs. They would shoot it at people, and it would hurt. It would sting. But the plastic ones, it wouldn't be so bad. But it's just like plastic stuff. Very small. Yeah, tiny pellet ammo. That's the best way to explain it. Tiny pellet ammo. You know. But I'm sure you guys, it's like so there's like Nerf guns, and then there's like one step up is like a BB gun because it's like the actual shape. It doesn't have the weight of a gun, but it has like the pellets in there, which is kind of funny. The BB rifles are kind of cool though. I will say the BB rifles are kind of cool. Like those fucking Nerf rifles. Like now they're doing like the gel pellets for Hasbro. Those are pretty cool. If I do say so myself, you know. It was like a thing for kids way back then. Uh, they do hurt. Yeah, they if you get hit like right on the, if you're a little kid, you get hit in the back of the arm or like in the back of the neck with the BB, it's over. Like you're just tearing up, and especially if it's a metal one, that shit gonna sting. You know, I think like paintballs probably hurt more. Paintball probably hurts a lot more because it's a literal ball of paint that just splatters, but it's just heavy. You know what I'm saying? I never got hit by a paintball, but some people who just sit there and get yapped up with the heavy paintballs, they'd be bruised up. It's over. You know? That's how shit go. What are the thoughts about Europe, guys? France, French, and German. What are you saying? Like, what is our thoughts? Like all of us, what is our thoughts on Europe? I still want to go to Italy. I would still love to live in France, French, German. Yeah, I actually there was an app I used to Adri, this is gonna be kind of funny. Adri, when I was at Kippo, there was a couple people from Germany inside the actual what do you call this? There used to be a part in the app where like all the avatar characters would hang out on a playground, and I met a lot of people from overseas. So there was one where I sat next to some people at this table. It was like 4 people from Germany, and it was nice to chop it up with them. So obviously, despite Germany's history, it's like, you know, and that's different. That's like Nazi Germany. Aside from that, the German people are pretty chill, man. They're pretty cool. Like from all the people I've spoken with, and this is people of like combination of Arab descent and what do you call it? Arab descent and other European descents, but they're all together just like living as, you know, Germans, if you will. So they were some of the most chill people I ever chopped it up and spoke with. It was like a language barrier, but you got to remember, like they're like growing up there, they studied like 5 languages growing up, so they're not the best at each language fluently. They're the best at German, but they're probably more like German, Spanish, German, English, and then everything else is like extra curricular. So the fact that in Europe, everyone knows like 5, 10 languages out of respect for each other. You know what I mean? Over here, we just expect everyone to speak English, American English, and it's like over there, they're so used to running into so many other people of different cultures, whatever the fuck, you know. So it's really, I just think that's pretty cool. The only place I've been to is Poland. That was my first plane ride ever. was in Poland, Warsaw, Poland. It was nice to be there. My hotel was across the street from one of the palaces that was occupied. Um, and just being down there, like I was like, how the fuck do we cross the street? And there's like, yeah, take the staircase, and then we go on the staircase, and we're like, there's like a whole underground network of like not necessarily shopping malls, but like shopping centers down there, and then we would just go up and we'd be on the other side of the street because those streets were like 6 lanes, like 3 lanes here, like 3, 4 lanes, going one way, 3, 4 lanes going the other way. It was like hella shit. It was crazy, but it was nice to be over there, man. Like the old town and different parts of Warsaw. We got a chance to see some neo Nazis. That was kind of crazy, but other than that, it was a hella chill, man. It was cool. People that just tap in, like they speak multiple languages just normally. German men are tall. I was bamboozled when I had a layover stop in Berlin airport. Oh, really? And sure, like to drink, that's for sure, but very sociable. Yeah, when I was in Poland, they had this drink called Shabufka. So my friend from Baltimore, he got an East Coast accent. He's like, Jane, come on, get over here, bruh. Hey, you gotta try this Shabufka. He said, you gotta try Shabufka. I was like, what the fuck is Shabufka? He's, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it was like one of the best alcohols he had. And he was just asking the bartender, he said, you got that Shabufka up in here? Am I saying it right? And we just had a good all night up in the palace. It was dope, man. It was a nice little thing. It was a nice little joint over there. Europe is nice though, because you could literally travel everywhere by train. Just see. You can do a day trip from place to place, low key. You're in each place, I should say. I can't say much for French people, but I do admire its culture. I mean, I love me some French women, for obvious reasons. I love me some French women, no disrespect. No disrespect, but I love me some French women. You know what I'm saying? As shit like that. I met like actually one of my neighbors is like up the street, 1 block up the street. Um, he said people find you guys arrogant. I think it's pretty true. The thing is, I think everyone's experience is a little different because I've been at different parts of the world where like there's a different. Don't get me wrong. I think everyone around the world has their different form of arrogance. But me personally, I just listen. I listen to them and I'm like, you know what, bro? They're just being true to who they are, but they're prideful of who they are and where they come from. So I can't get mad at that. So I don't think that's arrogance. I just think it's like people who are proud of themselves a little bit and they don't know how to communicate that, if that makes sense. So some people don't know how to communicate their pride and who they are or what they represent. Because sometimes, you'll go to certain parts of the country. Like if you go to New York City, you go to fucking Boston, some people have a level of pride there and it might come across as arrogant, but they're really just proud of who they are. Um, that's the way I look at it, you know what I'm saying? Um, we were talking about something. We're talking about something. Oh, welcome back though, Jason. But yeah, everywhere has a thing where like, and you'll meet people of different cultures. They have a level of pride for all type of shit. You know what I mean? And then it's hard to explain. Everyone's little French women. You think they're? Oh, I see what you're saying. But no. Yeah, it was something on that topic. Yeah, there was a lady. She's my age. We're like classmates, but she lived a block up. I think her family still lives a block up from where I'm at. But obviously she's born and raised, and she's born and raised in America. But the thing about it is like she what do you call this? Her family's French. I didn't know that, and yeah, it was really interesting. I was like, okay, I didn't know there was a French family the whole time that lived like a block up from us. Um, Moderate. I can't give you mod, man. I might not give out moderator for a while. I'll probably just keep giving moderator to people I know at this point, like people I know in person. But it's rare that I give to some people I don't really know. I hear about that too, but you know what? Everyone experiences different things and interact with different people all over the world. Yeah, I mean, there's people like if you come here, like I'm chill, right? I'll be chill, but then if someone disrespects Seattle, there's a point where I have to almost stand up and be prideful, and all of a sudden, someone can interpret that as arrogant. But I'm like, nah, someone who's born and raised here and went through the works of living in the hood here and just seeing downtown and watching everything develop, for better or for worse. I have what do you call it? I have a different type of pride for like that. You know what I mean? So I would have to defend that. You know Adri in real life? Adri, do you know that Jason in real life? The thing is, you know Adrian in real life. I don't know you in real life. That's the difference. That's the difference. But yeah. Oh shit, I gotta check this. I'm accidentally ripping these headphones, bro. Oh no, it's built like that. That's crazy. Yeah. Put them down. Headphones in my pocket. Let me get this. Yeah, I would say to some degree traveling is just essential for everyone, you know. And I like going places, and I'm already, I don't want to say like prideful of being me, but or me being who I am, but at the same time, like when you go places humbly, you start learning shit. You go places humbly, you start to approach life a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Like you just, it's a little different. I don't know how to explain it. Like you get a better learning, because that way you're just being more receptive. You know, when you, I don't like going places acting like I know what's going on, or like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do when I'm here in New York. I know what I'm supposed to do um, when I'm here in LA. Like I don't want to be in that mindset. Because then that way I don't get a chance to learn from people. They don't get a chance to teach me things, even if they're teaching it to me arrogantly. You know, sometimes it's nice to hear from them people. Um, but yeah, very important. You're very important in your opinion. Yeah. Is it raining out there? It's just cold here. It's not raining right now. Everything is like, wet right now. Like the table and the chair was wet, but it's not raining anymore. It's pretty. It's just. I don't feel any wind though. I'm in between these buildings, but I don't feel any wind right now, which I'm surprised about. And I'm surprised you guys can hear me. I'm surprised you guys can hear me. I guess my voice is bouncing off the table and hitting the mic. That's my assumption. Like it's probably low. Maybe it's low. The volume is low. Because I'm trying to keep, like, I don't know if you know Adrian, I'm trying to keep my voice down because I'm kind of in a residential spot. I just stop here to drink some coffee and chill before I go home. I was supposed to leave the house earlier. No disrespect, but I don't know how people can live at one place for the rest of their lives. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I'm the same way where I'm like, I don't know. And but it's like, even like, I'll give an example too, Adrian. Like, there's certain people that, let's say they live in the same area or same neighborhood their whole life, but at the same time, they never travel. I know people like that. They've been in the same neighborhood, in the same predicament their whole life, and they've never traveled. They've never seen the world. It'd be one thing if you see the world, you come back and you tell people about it. That's one thing, but some people don't even do that. And yeah, I think some people also don't believe in their power. They don't think that they can do it. They don't think they're capable of doing that, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Guys, I'd like to stay, but I have to wake up early tomorrow. It's 20, so it's 11:30 over there. Subscribe so I can tune in some other time. Oh, I appreciate that, user. User, you got to put a real name or whatever, or unless you're gonna keep it as user. That's crazy. But yeah, it's it. Some people just be stuck at where they're at, man, and I don't know. It's like you got to see. I mean, if you any chance you can get to see the world, or just even see the rest of the country. You too. See you next time, Sarah. Okay. I'll try to remember that. I might not remember it, but I'll try to remember that. Have a nice day. Yeah, I'll try to have a good rest of the day. I'm probably just gonna go home and game. Go home and video game a little bit, record some RPG stuff. But yeah. So it's interesting, man. But yeah, Adri, I don't know when's the last time we spoke, Adri, but I'm trying to move out the country. I don't know when you entered the chat, but I was talking to User and Jason about that, where I was like, oh yeah, I'm already planning moving out the country, like right now. I've been doing it for the past couple months now. You know what I'm saying? Setting it up. I have some places I need to email. I have a couple things I need to take, and a couple more resources I want to be able to speak to people more often about my travel plans. You and I can talk about that, you know, like later, person to person, but that's where I'm at with it right now. I'm about to get up in a second though myself and just start walking towards the house. Yeah, so I'm about to log off in a minute, but we'll see soon. My coffee got a little cold, and that's fine. That's fine. We'll see, man. I don't know if I'm gonna grab a second coffee or not. What time is it? I have enough time to grab a second coffee, depending if I drop in at the right spot, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see when we'll see you in a second. Hey, for those that are tuning in, for those that are hanging out, and everyone that just dropped in and out, you know, this chat here, I love and appreciate you guys. Hold on one second. I have a ladybug right here. Come on. I'm gonna show that to the chat. Go in the finger. I'm gonna do this. I'm trying to get this ladybug fry in the chat. There we go. Bam, that ladybug right there, man. Pick that boy up. What places have you thought of so far? Yeah, for sure. I'm on break during work and finally caught your notification. Good time. You see that ladybug right here? He's just chilling on the pants. I'm gonna have to put him on the right here. Sorry, man. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to quake like that. There you go. You wanna go out there? All right. Well, here, I gotta swipe you off, my guy. I ain't trying to smash you. Go that way. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm over here swiping him, trying to get him on the table, but he's like, it's too wet over there, so he just flew off. Anyway, yeah. See if there's any more bugs. I think it's just the one ladybug. But yeah, I'll tell you more about it. You know, the 3 places. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. It's a lucky day. Damn. It's crazy. We just got done talking about French women, and then ladybug lucky day. Come on now, let's go. Let's go. I'm with that. But no, all jokes aside, I'm about to wrap it up here, and then I'm probably just do some Octopath Traveler. I need to record some of that. Get some of those clips and, you know, make that happen. You know, I just went and did some quick shopping for like some soap and some shampoo and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out here in a second. Wrap it up right here. Those that tuned in, love you guys. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'm out.